Hi, Libra. What is she so happy about? It's my lunar birthday. I was born on a Libra full moon. It's nice to have a lunar return. How are you? Let's talk April. Sorry, my Libra moon is kicking in. And my Virgo-ness. Libra. It's really misty outside, and I was thinking that we had a couple of readings for you last year about mist and fog, which is interesting considering how intelligent and sharp you are, right? You're the scale, you're the archetype of Athena, warrior, justice, goddess. And yet you're known to be the sign that is having a hard time to decide and to make clear-cut decisions. But is it because you don't know what's true? Or is it because you're also a sign of harmony, right? You're very Venusian. What is justice if not the path to achieve harmony, right? If things are off or unbalanced, justice brings it back to balance, which creates harmony. So for you, the way to harmony is through justice. But the catch is that justice often requires dissonance and lack of harmony and conflict sometimes. So your system aspires harmony, it goes towards it through justice, but then it feels disharmony and it retracts. You tell yourself, wait, this doesn't feel harmonious, so maybe it's not just. Which makes it hard on you to cut cords, to make strong decisions, to decide a specific path. It's a catch-22, right? You really can't reach your soul's aspiration, which is harmony, without experiencing disharmony. And if your system is wired towards harmony, the experience of disharmony is very challenging and confusing, which is why you sometimes, vacillate. Pros and cons and lists, good versus bad, and where will this lead to and where will that lead to, and then it keeps you in the middle of the scale, often sitting on the fence. Hanged Woman and Ten of Swords. A good way to go about it is by realizing that when you make a clear, strong decision, It's not the end of all ends. And you can have the experience, the full-on 100% devotion to that choice. And then if it works, great, you continue. And if it doesn't, you can reverse, you can have a U-turn, you can take a different turn, you can make a different decision. But it will require disharmony. What if I go with this person fully and devote myself to them, but then I decide, I realize that I don't know, it's not working. I'm not actually in love, or I'm in love, but it's not good for me, whatever. Then I'll have to tell them and disappoint them. See, that's actually where you get stuck. How will your decisions affect the other? And in turn, how will their emotions affect you? As you make it about the other, you're actually making it about yourself, which is okay. It's perfectly legitimate. The important thing is to not, deceive yourself. Oh, it's because I don't want to hurt that person's feeling. No, you don't want to hurt your own feelings. You don't want to be the bad guy or the bad girl. You don't want to be the person that made a promise and then said, you know what, I tried, I wanted to, but it's actually not working. The thing is, it's okay, it's natural. This is not about making an oath that lasts for eternity. This is about making a promise and a commitment for an intent, for a present will, and then going all the way. You can't promise an intent and then stay vacillated, right? You make a promise, you go for it. And as you go for it and rediscover the situation, the person, yourself within it, then you fully know. And then you can break a promise, not by breaking a promise, but by sitting with the person or the job opportunity, whatever, and say, I had the intent, I was devoted, but I feel like now that we've tried this, I feel like maybe it's not my thing, or it's not working. And if the person or place or whatever feels hurt or disappointed, they will at least also respect you for being honest. And okay, at least we tried. Now we know. It's way better than them feeling hurt by you lingering, leading them on, waiting for eternity, wasting their time, wasting your own time. And then it ends up ending anyway. So what you do? I think hurting someone's honor is worse than hurting their feelings. I think people can handle having their feelings hurt. It's not fun, but it's the nature of the heart, and it's the nature of life, and it's part of this soul experience and human experience that we are here to go through. Hurting someone's dignity, though, by lying or by lingering, that's one of those things that, like, people forgive heartaches, If someone were to sit with you and tell you that they're not feeling it or they're going through something and they just can't be with you for XYZ, whatever reasons, and it's true and it's honest, even if it's uncomfortable, 6 months after, a year after, whatever after, if things change and they come back to talk to you about it and tell you, hey, you know what, things have changed, I would love to try again, you'd be open to it because they respected you. But if they lied and deceived and led you on, that's something completely different to overcome, right? The system has an ego for a reason. It's a self-defense mechanism. We gotta maintain our dignity. This is not controlling ego. This is a sense of self that is important to have in the world. It can change and vary, but still needs be. So, waiting forever will lead to pain. If not already, because this is the beginning of the reading. This might be recent past or just right now. This can also staying in stagnation of wallow while telling yourself it's for spiritual reasons and wanting to grow and experience and learn, but it's actually grief, which is also okay, by the way. Everything I say is as reflection, not as judgment. But the most important thing is to be honest with yourself. Don't tell yourself you're doing something because of X when you're doing something because of Y. And some of you have been dealing with a sense of betrayal and pain and loss for a very long time, and you've grown into it being like your mindset. Like it's where you think from, it's where you write from, it's where you make decision from. Yeah, there's truths in the shadow and in the pain, but also in the light and in the joy. Don't forget. Because there's over-glorifying of light work, a lot of us spiritual teachers try to put emphasis on shadow work. But then we go overboard with that. And whom, if not you, Libra, to remind us that it's both. Light and shadow. The Fool here at the bottom of the deck, the Fool doesn't experience life as good or bad, by the way, as light or shadow. It's just an expansive experience. But it includes the joys and the adventures and the fun and just going for it. Just going for it. Just go for it, Libra. Just go for it. Whatever it is, just go for it. She's not sitting at the top of the cliff being like, will I fly or will I fall? Will I fly or will I fall? Well, she's just like, I'm going to find out. Either way. If I fly, yay. If I fall, I'm just going to dust it off. Get up and have a little cry maybe. Sure. Yeah. And try something else or try again. Whatever. Life is about action. It is. The Empress was like, you're not going to ignore me. She was right underneath the Fool. Hi, Venus. I think some of you have been holding you back, especially feminine energies, from expressing your full Venusian energies. If you want to express love, express love. If you want to express beauty, express beauty. If you want to, I don't know, indulge in something, indulge with freedom of self-judgment. And what if it's not spiritual? What if it's not wise? What if it's not the right thing? What if it's not the right moment? What if it's not the right timing? There is no right timing. There is no time. Everything is the right time. Divine timing is for the divine. Leave it to the divine. You can't plan divine timing. That's the point of divine timing. You can't. Is it divine timing? Is it not divine timing? You have nothing to do with it. Our job is to act upon ourselves in the moment with thought and recognition of tomorrow and of the future. I'm not telling you to be a reckless ass. No. But there are things you can't know and you can't plan and you can't know exactly how they'll turn out. Certain things you just find out. And when you do go through this journey of the Fool with the experience of life, then you go through inevitably the elements of life, which is water, earth, fire, air, emotion, need, will, thought. The Empress is all of these elements. She mastered them all, right? Gaia, planet Earth. You gotta have all these elements to create and destroy life. The difference between sitting in misery versus sitting in abundance is action. Ooh, don't you just love it when I get confirmations? Ace of Swords. From a Ten of Swords. Just make any decision that seems good in the moment. You have no way of knowing if it's the absolute true one. Ace of Pentacles. And make an offer, make an approach, or accept an offer, accept an approach. Show willingness to build something. Wheel of Fortune. And wow, your world will just rock. This is like a Ferris wheel of passion. Wow. So, enters romance. This conversation can be about really anything in your life. You can apply it to anything. But you're a very relatable sign. And in order to, have a relationship or be in a relationship, you need to relation. So take the leap of faith to relate, to put yourself out there, to offer, to say yes. And let the wheel take over. A seed that you planted in the past is going to grow now rapidly. It was slow pacing, very, very slow pacing, very, very something like that, very slow. But now it's going to have some sort of, what's the word? Inertia. It's going to be inertia to it, and things are going to start moving really, really fast. Put on your seatbelt. Show me more for Libra, please, for April. That. Six of Swords and Ace of Cups. Okay. So I do see some sort of possibly a vacation you're taking. It could also just be staying the entire weekend at home, right? But it could be going away. Short travel, not something long. With the Ace of Cups and the Six of Swords, okay, this could be a romance. Like you're spending some time with this person. And it's very intense and very passionate, and it's almost like, like high school love, something very, very that just completely surrenders to one another. If you've been around my channel, if you're not new, then you know that I don't just always, it's not always love readings, and if they turn out to be love readings, it's not always that. So yeah, I'm not just saying that. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there might be some, I don't know, spending time in nature possibly. Water. I mean, I know I'm working with the sexual erotic tarot, but still, regardless, this reading is very erotic and very sexual. So, confirmation, the devil in the bottom of the deck. The devil is not bad. The devil is our instincts, it's our body, it's our sexuality as well, especially having the Empress here. Yeah, a lot of something with the world of the senses. Libra, you're going to feel really, really different going into April. Pisces season, it was heavy, and I think for a lot of you it was heavy since last June. Like, it's just been a heavy time. It's been a heavy year. I get it, but it's everything felt slow and oh my goodness, the sun. Libra, I think you're going to be swept off your feet. Both of you are going to sweep each other off your feet. This is, you're taking some sort of risk. You feel good about yourself. You allow yourself to surrender. And the sun coming out here, that's super positive. This can be something that seemingly is like maybe temporary or just a passionate affair or something like that, or just an encounter, or like, I don't know, but it can lead to something way bigger with the sun card here. King of Pentacles. Okay, so this is more than just a flirt or a fling. It's not a hookup. It might feel at first like a hookup, but it's way more than that. It's way more intense. And this person, King of Pentacles, you know, it's the king of the earth element. Very grounded, very stable, very lasting. When they offer something, they mean it, and they can follow through. So this is someone who's taking you very, very seriously, Libra, or you're this King of Pentacles and you're taking someone else very seriously. No, I feel like this, I don't know, you place yourself in the reading. Five of Swords. This could be someone that either pulled a Five of Swords on you, where they, you know, the talk that we had in the beginning, couldn't make a decision, couldn't make up their mind, weren't completely there, but turning up as the King of Pentacles now, it's a completely different characteristics, a completely different behavior. This could be you, Libra, now deciding that you don't want to do this anymore with someone, you don't want to be on the fence, and you're making a decision to go for it, to go for something fully. There is also someone in the background, someone else that has been waiting for this person, that they need to be very clear with them about a certain ending, that it's no longer applicable, it's no longer relevant. Two of Wands and Page of Pentacles. This is a very, and the Death card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, we have our reading. Yeah, of course you can look. 1 second. So, This is taking a new path. This is deciding to start anew, or to go in a direction of some sort, to try something, to give it a chance, to do it right, one step at a time. This is dating by the book. Could be, not by the book like boring, but like being in consistent contact, seeing each other regularly, like doing the things, and that, interestingly enough, initiates a change on a molecular level. The Death card is a huge change. It's a change of self. Like we're going from this Five of Swords, from this Ten of Swords to Five of Swords to the Death card. Like it's breaking. It's cutting this type of attitude and energy completely. The Death card doesn't leave room for debate. It's very, very final. It's very clear. It's going from one direction to another. It's going all the way. This goes all the way in one direction with this Two of Wands here, and Page of Pentacles. It's seemingly in the moment. It looks good. It feels good. It has potential. Okay, going for it. Where will it lead to eventually? You'll find out. And then act accordingly. Once again, if it works, amazing, you continue. If it doesn't, you stop. But you can never fully know the truth until you fully allow yourself to surrender to the truth, to the possibility of a truth. But someone is required to finish a different relationship that they were having, that could have been either on and off, or they just kept on the side. I hate saying there is someone that needs to be cut completely in order. Like this entire reading is like there's a lot of new start that is clean and clear. I'm surprised the Lover's card didn't come up, but the energy of it is, I think it's because the decision was already made, or the decision is going to be made for sure. Because the Lovers teaches us that we need to make a decision, that we need to clear our path, that we need to let go of things that are not fitting right now, or that might be blocking this path that you want to partake, that you want to go on. I'm sorry. So there will be uncomfortable communication of some sort. Either you or your person are going to have to, be clear with someone that you're not there anymore. Or that they're not there anymore, just for this to, and it will. There is a really powerful beginning and a really powerful ending. I'm going to show you your extended. We're going to have a preview. Just want to do the major arcana first for a second. So we have the Hanged Woman, the Fool, Empress, Wheel of Fortune, Sun, and Death. This is a complete change in lifestyle. It's like you're changing your perception on life and acting in accordance. Like the attitude aligns, and it leads you to very powerful transition. Like very intense. We only have earth energies, major arcanas, very serious people, full of intent, full of genuine will. I see good people in the reading, and I do see a few that just, kind of played around, possibly couldn't make up their mind. But it's being, it's being deflated, this attitude. It's being released. Libra, if you're currently a little bit sad or upset or not sure where you stand, or there's someone that doesn't know where they stand in regards to you, by the end of the month, by the end of April, there will be no question marks. The way you will find out is by going there and just trying. You're not going to just receive an aurica or a message from God. It's in you. It's you drive yourself to want to go through an experience and just try it, right? No one else will do it for you. Um, there will always be signs for this and for that. There will always be signs. Like you just gotta make a call. Sorry, I'm staring. I want to show you your extended, but I want to look first. I love that we have runes here. Fehu, Uruz, and Otel. I will also give you a rune reading in your extended. So, sorry, your extended is going to focus on love. Okay, I already said what I needed to say here. I'm going to do more of that over there. But let's shuffle to see deeper into you and your person of interest. Let's see this person who's been coming up in this reading. So focus your intent, asking guidance for love for the month of April. And let's do this. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Nice. And Judgment. Okay. Yeah. Show me into Libra and their person of interest for the month of April. Love for April for Libra. Double pentagram, Libra and their person of interest. You can find this extended below in the description box. It's available on Patreon and on Vimeo. I'd be super stoked to have you join Patreon, so check it out. The star. Oh my god, Libra, this is very exciting. I'm excited for you. This looks so romantic. But let's see what the cards say. Libra and their person of interest for the month of April, please. We're going to see into your minds, your hearts, your actions, how things unfold. Libra and their person for April, please. You can potentially also tap into someone from your past, like an ex that you need to learn and have resolved in regards to, just learn what happened. You can pick up someone from your future or the person you're dealing with now. You will recognize it as I speak. Libra and their person. There we go. No? More? Okay. Great. This is called a double pentagram spread. I teach tarot, so you can find the class on the double pentagram in the advanced spreads in my tarot masterclass book. If you scroll down somewhere in the 80 plus. Okay. And your spiritual homework for the month of April. We had a lot of major arcana. So I'm going to choose to say that it's probably, oh wow, the Fool, the Empress, Sun, Death, Hangman. Which one is it for Libra for April? What is their spiritual homework to focus on? I'll see if any of them comes up again in the reading, and then I will link the one that I feel is most relevant for you guys as a spiritual homework for the month, okay? The class for it. All right, in your mind, so head, heart, actions, where you feel you stand, influences outside your dynamic, past, present, and future potential for the month of April. So you have the 10 of Wands. You seem to be carrying a lot in this dynamic, and this person has the Page of Wands. You feel like you think and you communicate that you're doing more than your person, like you're taking more responsibilities of the relationship, more acts as your person is being more, in their I don't want to say la la land, but like, they're just doing their thing, not over worried about what's going on or what needs to be done. They're kind of waiting on you to act. But the thing is, when you take too much responsibility, you inevitably don't leave responsibility for your person, so they're not left with what to take. You can't obviously force anyone or coerce anyone to do things you want them to do, especially with love. It needs to come from a genuine will, So what you can try and do is be like, okay, I'm just going to focus on 4 wands, not 10 wands. And maybe my person will pick up some of the wands as well. If you constantly call, they don't need to call. It's not about mind games, it's not about manipulation, it's not about games. It's about, if you feel like you overdo something that your person is not serving as a balancing act, stop doing the thing and see what happens. If they don't pick up the opportunity, then maybe they're not your person. Now, it's not to say it yet. We still have a lot of cards to unveil. We'll see what the cards bring forth. But your person also expresses that they want to do something fun and exciting and adventurous. They might have an idea of some sort. Maybe they will initiate whatever this little vacay is. I don't know. But I think, Libra, this could also mean that you're carrying a lot of responsibilities in your life right now, regardless. It's not necessarily like in relation to them, but you're still walking towards them because you might genuinely care about them and love them. You might have such a strong will to come towards them, so you're pacing slow because you're also carrying a lot. So consider dropping some of the wands and prioritize. Because your person here feels fleety. Like, if they don't know why you're taking your time and not approaching and not whatever, they might be like, okay, Libra is not around, so I'm just going to bounce. Your heart has the 3 of Wands. And their heart, opa, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we'll continue this in the extended. And I'll also pull runes. I'll see you soon. I'm looking forward. Thank you for being here. Stay magic, stay true. I love you. Everything is in the description box. Bye.